Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Life of Wonders. This is Polo, and I love making videos of dolls, toys, and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today, it's time to unbox and review both dolls from the Monster High X Wednesday collaboration. We have Enid Sinclair and we have Wednesday Addams, and I couldn't be more excited, first of all because I've been an Addams family super fan since I was a kid, and then I also love the Netflix show directed by Tim Burton, so yeah, amazing. And as you can see, the packaging actually creates this perfect window display, giving us like a complete background of their dorm, and we can see that with the separation of like the stained glass window that is supposed to be like a round one, and then for Enid it's more it's more colorful, and then it's black and white obviously for Wednesday, matching their personalities. And then right over here we can see the Monster High X Wednesday collaboration logo and the name of the character, Enid Sinclair, and then Wednesday Addams. And then on both sides we'll find lots of Easter eggs that I will show you in just a moment, but I think that the packaging is very clever and it's just perfect to display your dolls, and you don't have to like keep them here like without enjoying them. You can definitely take them out, play with your dolls, and then put them back in, and still it will be very easy to do so, and they both come with stands. So anyway, over here we have a promotional picture of the doll for Enid, and right over here we can read Monster High X Wednesday, and the same thing happens for this one, but with a promotional picture of Wednesday and then the Monster High X Wednesday logo. And then on the back we also find the promotional pictures of both of them and a little bit of a bio for each character in both English and French, and I'm going to be reading the English version just in case you're interested in learning a little bit more. I mean, if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you might have already watched this series, but this is just like something that goes along very much with the doll that we're reviewing. So anyway, for Enid Sinclair, Nevermore Academy's #1 gossip vlog. And its hot take of today. Good morning, Nevermore Academy. Today we're talking cliches, as in not all werewolves were flannels and beanies. Just because I'm part wolf doesn't mean I have to dress boring. We're breaking stereotypes here. My fashion philosophy has always been to stand out from the pack. We're talking pinks, plaits, fussy fabrics, anything to accentuate my colorful clothes. In fact, my new barometer for a good fit is how quickly Wednesday recoils upon seeing me. LOL. Point is, to all my beloved boos out there, you do you, which is really cool. I mean, it's a very encouraging message. And therefore Wednesday, we can read, it's gonna be a bit more complicated because it's supposed to this is like a standard font, and this is more of like a retro typewriting machine kind of font, which is very clever because it's what she uses to write. I mean, she uses her phone and her PC, and then she uses that because she's not in a good not in good terms with technologies, and that is definitely my case too. Anyway, the private thought of Wednesday Addams: keep out of risk dismemberment. All accomplished novelists keep journals, so I'm starting one to record my most macabre and morbid observations. Today was particularly uneventful. Instead of the typical near-death experiences and homicidal monster encounters, I was blackmailed into doing manicures with Enid and Thing. Thankfully, I already own nail polish in chilling shade charcoal. It complements my black soul quite nicely. Turns out roommate and appendage quality time isn't synonymous with mine, numbing misery after all. That's very sweet of Wednesday to say, or rather, the doll of Wednesday. So anyway, I will be taking them both out of the box and we'll explore all the details up close. Alright, so we're going to be exploring the background. As you can see, we have the full stained glass window that just looks so amazing. And then we'll discover a little bit more towards each one of the sides. The Enid's packaging actually has a lot of references to G1 Monster High. In fact, right over here we have a really nice image of the Dracula's plushie, and they're all actually coming with their pets. There's a flamingo with a tutu. There's also, this was like supposed to be like so, and I think that should have been like a continuation of the graphic. Unfortunately it isn't, but this is Claudine's plushie. And then we have colorful pieces. We have the Boo York poster, and then we have another poster of Dracula, Frankie, and Claudine from G1, and then we have Frankie's plushie as well. And I don't know, little things here and there that are just so cool. And then there's this carpet that is given 60s, very colorful with this collect in the middle. And then going to the Wednesday part of the dorm, we find this more of like a traditional carpet, which is a bit more muted, if you will, with this collect right there. And then we have a desk. There's not as many references here to like Monster High per se. There's just like one that we'll just cover in a moment, but this is her desk, the typewriter, I think that's like a black peony, the lamp, and then we have the booklet of Isis Dawn Dancers, which is interesting. And I think that probably the link is that, as well, we'll also have the cello, by the way. She's actually investigating a beast that is a nature oriented beast, and that was the case of the character that was like a transfer student to Monster High. So probably those are the connections I can see with the book. But you let me know in the comment section down below if you know more about that. So anyway, this is the backdrop. Beautiful. You can actually take the plastic pieces off if you wanted to. I've decided to keep them in case I just put them back. I just need to put them back in the same position. But you can create a really nice backdrop piece of the dorm. So yeah, let's continue. Okay, and here we are, and I'm just so in love. I love them both so very much. I think they complement each other super well, and I'm super happy that I decided to go for Enid as well, because yeah, I don't regret it at all. At first I only wanted to get Wednesday, but then my goodness, I mean, Enid, it's just so amazing too. Anyway, both of them come with their stand, which is the same that we already saw for Raven's Wednesday. The only thing is that I would have appreciated if the stand was like another color other than just black, especially for Enid, like something pink, or I don't know. Yeah, I would say pink probably, or fuchsia, something like that. But I have to admit that I very much like this base that is round and with the spider web that is also like the stained window, and this collect is just so cool. Anyway, and both are obviously the same. And then moving on to them, my goodness, they just look so amazing. Well, I'll just remove this so we can focus our attention on both of them. I am in love, and I think I will be displaying them out of the box for a while actually, because yeah, they feel different. So starting with Enid, here we can see her screening. I love it. It's just very high definition, very nicely saturated. I can't see any sort of flaw. All around we have a bit of like a nice shadow that goes from pink to like gold yellow, and then her lips are orangey pink, more pink, I would say. And then her hair is platinum blonde with a bit of product. I don't think it's horrible actually. It doesn't look as bad, so I don't know if it will need to be washed because I like the natural weight that it has. But anyway, the majority is actually that blonde color, and then we have pink and blue. I would have appreciated these colors being a bit more like faded away, like it appears in the series, more like little like streaks of like faded pastel colors instead, because for instance I find that blue really bright. And then we have her beret in pink, and yeah, I'm guessing that a lot of collectors would have appreciated like a fabric one, but in reality it's not too bad. And I mean, it kind of looks perfect on her, and probably the plastic or the sorry, the fabric one wouldn't have um, being as easy to massively produced to look that good. And so that's probably the reason. Now in terms of like skin complexions, I want to say both of them are pale, but as I previously said, I originally thought this would be like the shade for Wednesday, but Wednesday has like maroon brown undertones that between gray and in fact it's like almost like the same. It's a bit more yellow for thing, um but it's not like super, like it's not that pale that we would instantly associate. It just has brown underneath, which is weird. But yeah, I mean, you can see the difference by having them close together. And yeah, I just love her face. Now, because she's half werewolf, half human, we can see the ears that they've given her, and I love that too. Seriously, I am so in love with this character, and especially the doll right now. And then she comes with these. Well, for the ensemble, they've actually mixed up a lot of things here from the series. Like, for instance, I think she's wearing like a variation of the sweater that she's wearing at the very beginning, like when they're introduced, and then the bottom part is more when she's actually having a date. And then at the end of the day that never happened, and the beret is coming from that moment. And then the moment that I can picture the backpack that appears in the show is when they go to a trip date to Jericho's, so yeah, to the village. So anyway, this is the backpack that's incorporated. It's plastic. It's supposed to resemble like a very fussy texture, and then it has like a hard to escalate I would say pouch, and it can open, and then it has the bendy straps. And then looking at the outfit, it's composed of 3 pieces mainly, even though because of the materials used it might look like there's more, but it's just like 3 pieces. So we have the oversized sweater, which I love because she was actually wearing something like it, like it's super oversized thing, giving very like 90s vibes in a way. And then it has stripes from pink to yellow, sorry, to orange to yellow, and then the hearts to its collect as well. And then there's like a second layer there that's incorporated as part of the same sweater. I think it's really nicely constructed, and the feeling is super cool. It's good. And then we have Velcro right there. And then for this skirt, interestingly enough, the skirt is a very high-waisted, and then it also has like scratches, I would say, in the tartan fabric. And then it has this pleat right on the front with the 2 buttons, and I love the way it looks. But I saw peachy reviews actually tacking the sweater under the skirt, and that was looking super amazing too. It was just like a complete different silhouette. So yeah, if you are into that silhouette, that's also working very nice. And then moving down, we find these leggings have like a tie-dye effect, and then the hard twist collects as well. And then there is another like extra piece of fabric here that I think is it tried to resemble leg warmers or socks, probably like a stacked socks. And then we find the sneakers, which are a very bright yellow with the cords being painted, or like the laces, and it's like a converse like with a heel, and the heels are both a teddy bear in blue and a unicorn plushie in pink, and this is just so amazing. I believe this is like a reuse mold, but again, it works perfectly for in its personality, so I love that they've decided to go for that. And oh, by the way, these are her claws, which have like individually painted different color nails, and I love that because that is exactly how it appears in the series, and it's a really, you know, cute aspect of the character. And then moving on to Wednesday, wow, I am really in love. Like, I really love so much the Raven Wednesday, but this one is just so dear as well to me. Let's start with the backpack. The backpack is super cool, so I think it's very close to the one that appears in the TV series, but then it has the incorporation of like the skulls there and the spider webs and everything, and it also opens, and it's, you know, it's soft and it's old fashioned, so it's cool. It's like a, yeah, it's like an old-fashioned backpack. Then we have thing that I've just placed like so. It's supposed to click or rest like easily, whatever you want, although it's a bit loose, so you'll have to be careful not to lose it. And I think it's a really nice it's a really nice depiction of thing with the scars and all, and yeah, so cool. And this nothing position for like the fingers is very important because within the Addams family sphere, it was used different than it is used in this series actually, and it makes sense with the relationship with Thing, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I love that Thing is incorporated here, and she's doing that not only to enter a specific, you know, sphere, or a specific not a sphere, like I got confused there, like a specific hidden club, but also to draw to grab the attention of Thing. And yeah, looking at her sculpt is amazing. So it's the same sculpt that we saw for the Ravens Wednesday, but this greening is completely different. We have a burgundy maroon color for like the lips. It's not entirely black, but rather like with undertones of like maroon, I would say. And then the reflection on her eyes is giving us spider webs, and then we also have the freckles, and we have this really nice, I mean, it's all gelled and all, and the tendrils, but then they look so amazing. And to my surprise, the rest of the hair is just so soft, and there's a lot of it, so this is like thickly rooted, I would say, even though it's like two pigtails or two braids coming down. I thought they would be like thinner, but in fact they aren't, and the only gel is incorporated at the very end, like so. But this is like very, very soft saran, same as for Enid's. And then she's wearing her school uniform. Then you can get the painted black fashion pack, which I might get. Then I would need probably like a second Wednesday, so I don't know about that. That's the reason why I didn't get it, but I might, because at the end of the day, these dolls are going to be available in toy stores, and the limit is just like thousands and thousands of them. It's not just like 20,000, so I wouldn't worry and I wouldn't panic so much, because I've seen it in different toy shops, you know, over the last few days, and for a nice price. So seriously, don't freak out. Even if it's like a sold out through Mattel Creations, you can still, especially if you're in the US, Walmart, Target, I don't know, lots of places. So the uniform consists, I wish there were more like pieces to it, but it consists of the blazer, that is super cool in black and white. And then I love that they've incorporated the tie being pleather as opposed to plastic, because there's like a few times, and even for its collectors releases, that they've given us like a plastic tie, and this time around is like a piece of pleather. Then we have the Nevermore crest, you know, for like the belt, the belt, and the inner part of it is just like all sewn together. Basically this doesn't have like sleeves, which is another thing I don't particularly like, because if you were to take off this, it wouldn't look like complete, if you know what I mean. But what I like is like the material used for the skirt, and also the flare that it has, because it has a lot of volume to it, which I was not expecting. So that's pretty cool, and this is how it looks from the back, and you can take the belt. And then moving down, we find her socks, her her knee-high socks with a translucent spider web and sculpt design, and the platform shoes, which are my favorite from the whole collection by far. So Wednesday's actually wearing like Doc Martin kind of boots in the show, but obviously for Monster High they had to go for a dramatic heel, but it's basically giving us a platform as well and a boot shape. In one we have her cello, and in the other one we have a scorpion. The only thing I don't like about this one over here is that it's hollow, and I really wish it wasn't hollow for that one in particular, because it looks a bit cheap if you ask me. But other than that, I am just so really happy with them both. I think they look so amazing. I really want to rewatch the movie, just getting ready for Halloween, well, the movie, this series, and I'm looking forward for season 2 as well. I really hope you've enjoyed the review, and if you have, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because as always I will be more than happy to get back to all of you. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.